And both of these teams, honestly, at this point, both these teams deserve to be in the final. They have played their hearts out.
Well, hearts out is only going to matter here if the dub is grabbed. The rest of it is full of regret if you do see yourself going out here in this semifinal. Astralis
making their way up towards Long, trying to find that initial headshot here. Device, he won't be able to land it just yet. Two players waiting, the bomb goes down.
They know all of Astralis' tricks now. And Chris J, he's finds another head. Carrigan not so lucky now. They can advance towards the site, but the bomb is within the Dutchman's control. Tucks in on pit. Rops slowly returning to the fray from B. And Woxic in CT. Shots confirms Astralis' presence in towards CT. It's a hard shot to hit, but Woxic's done it. Just two. Chris, pressure being applied. Glaive has no armor. It's worth mentioning, and actually Chris is going to throw out his smoke to try and fight around before it plumes. Glaive experiences one hell of a shot. Just Magisk then on the cross. It's Woxic first to fall, but down to just 22. He's paid his dues for the first, and actually with Rops down to 3, this shot onto Chris J could confirm things. Rop will tuck in on the side. It's all good. It's all Chris J, to be honest. Found the first, got the bomb, and held it down.
It was a nice idea. They committed towards Long, but a double stack towards that car position. They didn't anticipate that, and the bomb went down in a really treacherous position there. Chris J gets himself in the pit, and he still had the residual smoke as well, Alex. Able to hold position, fend off anyone picking up that bomb, denying a plant, and it will have to be the force fight here for Astralis. And Device, oh my goodness, through the door. He'll take Rops down. An advantage now, and they're going to try and scramble through the doors to try and collect the weapon here.
Looks good. The smoke will be deployed, but on the other side is Chris. So much impact in the first and poised to do the same in the second. They do have to... Oh my God, Glaive. Oh my God, Glaive! Carrigan caught out both in-game leaders of Astralis. One past, one present. Astralis, this does feel like a gift. My goodness, 2 quick kills. Device through the doors. They had the advantage, but it was so short-lived. Now it feels oh so good for Astralis. 3 members of Mouse, they gather, pull their resources towards short.
That's what we'd call a power play there. The initial kill comes through, and the CTs, they're still battling for this. Not going to work out at all, though. They give up their weaponry, and it's just going to be Woxic remaining with the scout. He'll drop down, and that's a guaranteed round now for Astralis. The opening scout tag through the mid doors. Glaive follows things up with the Desert Eagle, of course, and now
the hunt is on.
I don't think he'll be surviving this one. Device is in towards T-spawn.
Oh, he's got no options now. The warning shot, looking to finish it with the Glock. Woxic hunted. $600 in the pockets of Zipex. Losing your player so early, Rops. Let's see that again. He just gets caught on the cross. A second man across. Device did not choose to fire on the first.
Yeah. Didn't opt to use the smoke or the HE on the cross, and sometimes you will be punished for it. It's unlucky, to say the very least, but they'll take it.
Gonna let Chris J's corner be occupied this time. Flames arrive. But Frozen is that rotator. He will be likely looking to respond. At the moment, he's being kept busy. Dupree leaping from short. A spurt of aggression after the silence of the first 30. And that's first blood drawn. Now they're forced to bunker down. It's a 2-man split for either side, either extremity of Dust 2, and Astralis yet to choose their target.
A high-flying Dupree finds the advantage in CT spawn, and a B split looks very likely here. Chris J trying to isolate the position by holding by the smoke. Rob to pull one back. Nice position from Chris. Is it going to be enough, though? Difficult to find multiple frags from this spot.
They come. Chris J gets the first, allowed to fall off. However, he's lost his friend. Device made sure of that. Chris J dancing around. He's going to have to try and find another. What? Adjust the spray into Device, and the round should be concluded. Zipex just doesn't have the health. And the Flames haven't caught him. Chris just holding down. One more bullet will do it. Woxic arrives from behind, and Mousesports
default into a slight execution there. The flashbangs are effective enough to get Dupree down towards CT spawn. Pre-fires the position the CT's held. Got a 5-4 lead. They went into the B split. We said Chris J needed multiple frags here, and he certainly delivers on all fronts. That's a big round for them. Not ideal, I'll say that much, as we get into a long take here. Carrigan didn't have the best overpass. Can he deliver here? That's a nice first kill, but the trade looks very likely indeed. He's been taken down to 6 points of power from Woxic in the open. Does get the ding, but it's not quite enough. This A split looking very successful, as Frozen will have to wait with the AK here. Looking for players all around him. He's got backup from Chris J. Will have to be the boost here, Alex.
They can set him up, have the element of surprise. The smoke's not going to be the guys they hoped for, because now Device finds him. Frozen can completely fractured from his teammate. There's nothing they can really get away with here. It would have to be Astralis feeding them frags, and quite the opposite. This Device does manage to sate his hunger. Some celebratory pre-fires, and that will be Astralis successfully taking the A site again. It is interesting that once they weather the storm of that first long hold, there is no one really vigilant on that short. Debris often just swinging out and getting that control. Makes it very difficult to come back from CT.
Well, this will be a difficult hold as well. Rob somehow manages avoiding certain death at that point, and we'll see him go down eventually. Certainly worth the hunt there. It'll be Astralis picking up yet another round now. He's going towards long for now. It's a very common choke point at the map, and Mages will be committing as well. They'll throw the incendiary in, but they're so blind.
Oh, they did it again. First 5 seconds, and first frag found, and through the smoke, Majesty's trying to connect the spray. Dupree's with him. They take the long control, they take it by force. Chris does manage to get one back, as does Rops. And so they know where the main body of the assault was, but they are forced to decelerate. Bomb left towards Suicide. And Mousesports, after conceding the opening frags, it looked like it was going to be a dreary finish for them. And ooh,
what a shot that is. That's the AWP removed.
Woxic, he's got the reaction speed, the very tippy top of Counter-Strike, but still couldn't handle Magisk. Around the smoke, and Christian's going to get more than one. A double kill. Dupree's there as well, but he's been able to escape. He can just play the time here, tuck in. Actually upgrades the AWP. He can just hold a line he's happy with. Dupree, though, perfectly positioned to at least find the first, and a chance for the second. It's not good enough. Rops with an M4, no less.
Astralis dropping the ball slightly, I have to say. The fact that Device is fully committing towards B, I know what he's trying to do, stop the rotation from Rops, but again, we saw that on overpass. The rounds they were giving away was where players are being overzealous in certain situations when they had advantages and not playing together, and maybe getting a little bit carried away, but don't take anything away. Device has his, but only a couple of rifles behind him. Towards short they go. It's a reposition from Frozen. A nice thing to kick things off. And there will be an exchange with the MP9. The incendiary drops as well. They bought time. They've got the advantage. Mages removed. And Woxic, he's not happy with that. They're going to flash around the corner with this SMG. It cost them that lead, though. Back to the 4-4. And for now, 2 smokes remain. A couple of flashbangs, and Chris J and Frozen wait patiently towards that A-bomb site. Rob's alone towards B, and Carrigan. He patrols long. Haven't said his name a lot in the last hour or so.
Glaive did an incredible play towards that very spot towards long. Not too long ago, baiting out close quarters CZ75. And speaking of, that's what ZX is currently equipped with on Carrigan. He decides to bring the fight to Glaive. Does chip away at his health, but 38 seconds and Chris J's got it all to do. Frozen supporting him from long. He can't even find the first. Clinical from Dupree. The site is his, likely the round as well.
Well, they know Frozen has to be there somewhere, so they're going for a safe plant. It's a 4-on-2 lead, Frozen and Rops. So far removed from this situation. Device, no strength to this angle. He'll be checking this one, takes Frozen down, and it's going to be a clean sweep here from Astralis. We've got Rops on the other side of the map. They know he plays there. He's let them know a few times. With the flashbang, didn't work out for them, and the floodgates opened. Only getting 1 kill in the round. Rops will survive.
Finding too much. In fact, wow, that flash arrived right in front of the face of Dupree. It will be slowed down, and another one arrives, this time from Carrigan.
He's trying to bait him in the best he can, firing off shots here. And the swing from Frozen, good for 1, but Carrigan has to deliver here. Needs at least 2 frags. He's got that. It's a 3-on-2 lead, but not for long. Now Robs and Chris J, the B players, having to rotate. Chris J fast up towards shore, however, but a good smoke should enable a plant here. But Device, he's at the crossover right now. Does he just throw the bomb over? I think he does.
Good
collected.
And
good arms.
Retrieved.
Oh, be careful.
That's a very open plant, but he's not going to be punished. Chris J, he wounds him. It may not be enough, especially when Device is hitting shots like that. They're tagged. Chris J does zip up the body bag on 1. 12 seconds for Device to retrieve that bomb and plant safely. He does start that process now. Chris J trying to draw the fire, ensure it's a full plant, and now Device gets the info. This should be his. Chris has got to be so precise on his adjustments.
Oh no.
He's fallen off. Device gets that info too. 3 frags from Device. He's looking for the 4th, a chance, but it's been squandered. Just the tip of his head showing Chris J. He always steps up when he has to for Mousesports.
He had a slow first map on Train, but
Here's another point for you, though. Yes, Mousesports, they find another round, but it's a 1 versus 1.
Yep, absolutely.
It's that feeling of victory, but it's bittersweet. Chris J, this was sweet. Look at that shot. My goodness. But now, coming into this, it's still going to be a smoke towards the corner. That's to stop Woxic, and flashes as well. They're taken long. Nothing Woxic can do but flash and retreat. Doesn't have time to tuck in on the site, and so forced to hold the Aggie line.
Yeah, these long takes have been difficult to contain, from Astralis. Every single time, the flashbangs, he's spot on. Carrigan there alone this time, he's removed, and like you said, it's a difficult buy as the AWP will be set up towards long. That is so ideal. It's textbook Dust 2 play. You get long control, leave the AWP there alone, and then you go for the pincer mover towards short. That's when you can really get a stranglehold on the CT defense. This is what we talk about reactive play now from the defense. We need to see some sort of control elsewhere. Are they going to push towards B? Do they kind of batten down the hatches towards short? Right now, nothing really interesting to report. They're holding up, and so are Astralis. Woxic has got the AWP. He waits towards the short ledge, but no one pushing for information right now. They wait patiently.
So the suggestion of short presence with an Xbox smoke, but Woxic is responsible for that. Chris J's taken the hard work, the hard task, some would say impossible. Smokes arrive, wants to just find the edge of them, and actually good damage. Brings Zipex down to a respectable 50, 30 seconds on the clock, and Chris J's not going to re-advance just yet. Instead, a smoke of his own design. There's a gap as well from Astralis, but he can't do anything when Glaive finds that shot so quick. Woxic tagging up one, but he can't find the finish. Dupree. Exceptional, the bomb can go down. This will be Astralis 8.
It's so agonizing for Mousesports. Every time they win a round, it goes down to a one-on-one. They have to limp into the following round at that point. Then it's a disaster.
Typically, you see other T sides where, you know, their default, they'll end up with 3 players posturing middle. This has not been the case. Astralis, they've identified a weakness. It is in long.
It's ruined, Alex. $2,000 on Woxic. Can't get going, considered to be one of the strongest snipers in the game on Dust 2, but he's only had a couple of opportunities so far, and they're always hamstrung approaches with no helmets or no utility. A double AWP setup would be great, but they haven't even had that option yet. Hasn't even become available to them. You need a few rounds in a row. Woxic, he can feel this one slipping away. Will this be enough? Same smokes and flashes down, but he can confirm that that position is at least clear for now. Once again, Chris J takes down Dupree, trying to help himself towards middle.
Doing everything he can to pull Mousesports into a round. An early advantage, though. 9-6 doesn't sound all too bad after what has been such a brutal economic pill to swallow. A real chance to stabilize. T-side of Dust 2, been known to take heavy advantages. We've seen crazy comebacks from the T-side before. And just going to be tagged through that smoke, and he'll respond. Significant advantage to Mousesports now. Looking to dig their heels in, a 2-man hold towards mid at this moment in time. Frozen, so absent on this side, but he could make so much impact here if he stood his ground. Will fall off instead. Realizing that the more the clock ticks away, the more this advantage is extended.
Towards the final play here from Astralis, they have 3 players positioned towards the short and 1 towards middle. Woxic in a decent spot here. Can he finally make this AWP sing? He gets a chance but misses the shot here, and now they'll make their way towards the A side. Molotov's coming in pairs. He's going to be flushed out. He has to take his shot. The Vice is ready and waiting. They take the lead once again, and it's Glaive going back towards B. Robs is there. He's been strong in this bomb site, and Glaive being so low, he'll be able to take one down here. His teammates need to arrive to trade it out, and they actually might do so.
They've left Zipex, and so it's only going to be 3. Time on his side. He can't find the shots. That was all on them. Now they can get the bomb down with just 1 second to spare. Zipex caught. That's a way in. Magisk is low. Let's not forget about that, but it's not stopping Device. An aggressive peek, exactly what he had to do. 3 frags in the round for the Danish AWPer. Carrigan, though, up against a foe he's all too familiar with. No kit, and therefore has to consider his options, weigh up the odds. It's not looking fantastic. Has retrieved it.
Got a flash. But 2 kills to find a bomb to defuse. This will be a great effort. It's Device with the Desert Eagle. Great reactive play there from Astralis.
Look at this.
Multiple rounds in a row. The auto snipers are out. And this is the one round they don't do any damage.
The one time with AKs, scouts, they would find bodies and tags where, oh my God, that is ungodly. Quickly responded, though, as they exit from the tunnels. Frozen gets a ridiculous connection. That's something. It's something, but what else?
Wow, that's through the door towards T-spawn of a scout.
You don't see that every day. Jumping across, a chance presents itself to repeat his success, but will fall into a more passive hold. Again, towards B, they want to probe. Oh, another tag with the scout frozen, coming online. Crucial moment, Woxic considering an advance here, but he knows Zipex could be up to his usual tricks, left to his own devices all the time. Info, and will fall back.
Final round of the first half here. Good damage dealt, and Frozen, another sensational shot. He's had a quiet showing so far in Dust 2, but he might be able to save the day in round 15, down to 7 points of health, trying to stay alive here. His teammates dropping, though, they know exactly where he is. One bullet lands, he's gonna go down, and he knows it as well. Mages trying to finish things off, but Carrigan saves him. There might be a chance here. With 30 seconds remaining, it's Rob to the Desert Eagle, and now just Zipex, who will spot one. Can he nail it? He absolutely cannot. It's Carrigan, who will find a couple of frags towards the end, and give them a respectable scoreline, Alex. 10-5 might be doable here. And Glaive ready to receive the flashbangs, has his back turned, he's ready to fight now. He'll have to fall back. He's got his teammate towards Car, trying to bait Device in, suggesting he's the only player there.
They're still committing. Christian, precise on the first, will jump to check it, and doesn't stop Device finding one, but advantage maintained for Mouse. Rop's going to be the spearhead of this assault, and precise into Dupree. Goes hunting, gets another. This should be the Mousesports pistol clean, as you like. 4 bodies dropped from Astralis Magisk. Surely not long for this world either. Down to 50.
Yeah, looks like we might be done here. Very successful approach there from Mousesports. They did everything absolutely perfectly at that stage. Decent long control. They weren't baited at all by the car position. And the fact that Chris J jumps across that spot, that's so key. Because at that point, Device can't find multiple frags. He has to adjust his crosshair way up in the air. He can't just tap away at players running by him. So that's very well done from Chris. Chris J did most of the heavy lifting in the first half. 16 kills to his name. 2 clutches for them.
I mean, he was the only one in double digits. Rops changes that now with 2 crucial kills. You can see that leap. You can see Device getting immediately caught. It was actually 3, I believe, from Rops at the end. You can see the third just finishing what his teammates had.
Yeah, they're reading this very well. There's been no presence towards short, long, and here comes the B split now. The smokes will be committed. Carrigan and Woxic to try and take the attention away from the tunnel, but Dupree, it's a great shot, and now they've got to try and push through the flames. It's not looking good for Mousesports here. Zipex will get the second kill. They know exactly what's up at this point. 5 on 3, and they're going to have to limp in towards the B bomb side. Dupree's going to get certainly at least 1, and looking for multiple kills here. It looks very good for Astralis. Can anything be done here?
Doesn't seem like it. Dupree, he has done so much work for Astralis there. Love the setup he had, and with 1 HP to spare, he will continue to stare down towards the tunnels. Just Rops with 25 seconds to maintain his low HP Krieg. Astralis, you know how patient they are, though. They're not going to be making any steps to give him a way into this. It's just going to be holding the line. Dupree confirms it. 1 HP, no armor.
It was just a lack of presence towards long at the start of the round and towards short as well. Maybe had to run a bit of a default to kick things off there as Dupree gets 3 incredible shots here with the sniper rifle, holding on strong. And Zipex, a quiet game from him. That was only his 4th frag. But Dupree, with no armor, takes care of business, survives on 1 HP and closes things out as well.
Smoke arrives, he'll be forced to fall back. And it's Device's ult that finds blood first.
Double off setup. It's a very powerful approach on the CT side of Dust 2. As you can see right now, Dupree and Device, the double D combo, doing all the work right now. Bombs down towards T-Spawn, Frozen, trying to make his way out the long doors here. They're preemptively firing towards Glaive's position. They'd be right to do so. They at least take him down, isolated behind the long doors. A chance to win now as Rops. He's already made his way through, but Dupree so quick with this sniper. Continues to find advantages here. 4 versus 2 now. Still maybe 1 more buy in the bank for Mousesports. Can they even think about getting the bomb down here?
He's going to get caught out on his aggression. Uncharacteristic. And Chris J realizes there could be a gap for him to exploit. Tries to fake it, but Dupree immediately gets confirmation that that is not the case. He can now be responsible for that. Zipex, with only the UMP, he holds his ground, he holds his nerve. Chris J's thrust into a 1 versus 3. Nowhere to go, at least not advancing forward. The Flames ensure of that.
That was such a key frag there from Zipex, and an even more important follow-up incendiary as well. The fact he can actually buy some time and fall back on his low HP, recover the Krieg. And now, as you mentioned, a 3 versus 1. Nice work from Chris, but he takes significant damage in his campaign towards the B-bomb side. Pretty much his only option at this point. Well managed though, Astralis will keep both orbs up. 4 kills combined between the 2 of them. running out. They are 12-8 down in the third and final map here. They'll have to buy up what they can. It'll be a mixture of SMGs, Galils, maybe one sniper rifle available. dupreeh, though, looking very sharp.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the 90-second mark. They're thrown immediately into a 3 versus 5. First 2 challenges into the... Definitely an absence felt for Mouse at this point.
Oh!
What is
no.
that from dupreeh?
Oh, no. That must be some sort of lineup he's got.
Yeah,
That's
and he's
absolutely
taken out
wild.
the hard hitter. That's Chris-J. He's been the shining light, the beacon for Mousesports.
Get the replay of that, how he lined it up, what he did there.
So quick, so efficient. Chris-J doesn't get a look in. Unbelievable scenes. Glaive can tuck in on long.
Oh, so gutting for Chris.
Oh, not only... So you could... Like, let me just add up some of the most heart-wrenching losses for Mousesports. They try their full buy, they throw it at B, the round is over in a blink of an eye. And now you've lost Chris-J before you can even start your T side.
Yeah, he's been your star player on Dust too, and he's removed in the first 5 seconds of the round, courtesy of a wallbang headshot. You don't see those too often.
Jeez.
So what's the reaction here? They'll go for the CT spawn smokes. Looks like a committed B split to me. If you're trucking 2 smokes down, you pretty much have to go for it. It's not even a split. All 4 players making their way up towards the B doors here. dupreeh hasn't missed many shots so far, but he's going to have to be absolutely stellar here. First one is absolutely nailed. 3 versus 3, but does he know that everyone's outside? No. He can't do this. It's another one for him, a 2-on-2. Frozen and Woxic finally have a bit of wiggle room, and the bomb's been planted for the first time in a very long while.
Can they profit from this advantage? Closing in Glaive completely unannounced, pushes through. Woxic, he's done so much in this round. In the absence of Chris, he has to step up to the plate, and he has. Not necessarily confirmed yet. Device may have something to say about it, but Woxic, quad kill, and the 9th for Mouse. They break their silence. It was 4 on the trot for the Danes. They've built up a lovely little bank account, but Mousesports not going to bend the knee just yet. Let's see it from dupreeh's POV.
Okay, it didn't seem to be much signs behind the lineup, but it was a fantastic opening kill. Doesn't equate to a round victory. Once again, we have got the long swarm of Woxic. He's got the Krieg in hand, no AWP. Flashbang committed here, but 4 CTs on the other side here. They're really looking to challenge this one. It's Magus. He'll be taking off the head of Woxic now. His teammates have to follow things up. Frozen finally coming online here. Can he get a double kill? Damage inflicted. Karrigan will give them the lead, but can they hold on to it? Absolutely they can. 4 versus 2.
Corpses lit along and heavily in favor of the T's. Now they can really slow it down. In fact, look at the position of Chris-J. He's the one with the explosives.
They're actually going to stack the A side with those double orbs. They know they need those going forward. Money will be in a compromised position, but if they save the orbs, there's still something left. Holding towards short and CT spawn.
Just a matter of time now before this 10th is confirmed for Mouse. They're going to potentially be tested by dupreeh because he's not done yet. He's actually crossing back towards the B side. He hasn't been caught just yet. Could catch the cross. I think that scope may have been heard though, because Karrigan can react. Yep, fires off a couple of shots. They'll be patient, waiting for Rops to profit, and that's the shot they were waiting for. Now the bomb can go down. Smoke deployed, Frozen on the hunt, and a missed shot from Device. No orbs preserved.
Going for the long take once again. Only 1 player there. It's going to be Mages towards the pit.
That's the chance at the first, but only the dink. Chris-J, he lives on. He's likely going to want to throw all of that utility. He's got a boatload of it, but his teammates don't. So this is interesting. He's going to be given the AWP, and he's responsible for so much here. If he just goes down, oh, a missed shot from Device. He lives on again, denying death. And the death-defying peak. Tagging up Device. They're making things real hot and bothered for him. Quite literally, as the Molotov does fade.
Glaive gets himself in a nice position, though. We talk about reactive play on Dust 2 all the time. They lost that opening pick. He's trying to find an advantage where he can. Makes his way back towards short. There are 4 Mousesports players out of long. We've got Karrigan towards lower B. Good Molotov. That will flush Device out. Maybe he can sit behind these flames, though. This could save him.
Chris-J actually finds another one. My goodness. Advantage heavily favoring Mouse, but things still could go awry. 30 seconds, Device on that car. They get confirmation. They know he's still there, still standing his ground. And Chris-J, my God, that's enough. Finally caught. 25 seconds. Glaive has an AWP. With only a smoke, things could get real dicey. Glaive's going to actually drop down. He's got a bit of a read, and it's completely wrong. This is a gift for Mousesports. 14 seconds. Glaive looks to try and solve this problem with a nade. It's not going to do enough damage. 9 seconds he's caught. Where's that bomb? Needs to be going down. Woxic will make sure it happens.
Okay, I was about to say what's happening with the bomb situation right now. Had Glaive held his post on the A side, could have had a chance to deny things. Even if he went down, it could have been enough just to get the clock beneath 4. Pivotal. He has an M4 in the next round that could partially buy. He gets another frag, but surely finished off now. Indeed he is. Robs will get it, and we'll get into a 4-round spree from Mousesports here. As Astralis, they might have to take another eco at this point.
Mousesports are thanking their lucky stars. They have Chris J in their ranks. He gets 3.
That's insane. The shot towards Device as well. Of course it's the wallbang.
Unmanned. No longer has the support now, and so a smoke instead from Device. Now he can focus his attention on short, which with 30 seconds left is the perfect choice. Here we go. 25 seconds. 23. And Magis, he's completely ripped it. It's a chance back, but Glaive's going to confirm the round. He can't. He was full flashed. 15 seconds. Where is the bomb? This could be chaos. Device, multiple targets. He's been caught. 10 seconds. Bombs on Woxic. He has a chance to get it down. Zipex, he could jump to stop it, but not anymore. Find safe haven. They've got the frag. They've got the advantage and the plan.
It was looking so good for Astralis there. With the time so low, it's now left there are 2 versus 1. Dupree will have to dig so deep at this point with the AWP, no kit, and he's going to be spotted. Boxing to take him down as we tie things up to 14-14. 6 rounds in a row for Mousesports. They keep answering back here.
Carrigan.
Oh, the auto snipers are out.
Like the enemy, and now they're going to be rattling some shots off. Nothing to connect again. Aggression from Frozen. He took the spawn, he seized it, and now just 4 members of Astralis remain. Grand final dream falling and faltering with every frag. Magisk, he's just forced to watch now.
What a bizarre series this has been. Unpredictable at almost all times. For now, though, the opening kill for Frozen. They bought the auto snipers, a double orb setup, and it has found them great success here. They will go back into a default. Working out if there's any sort of reaction from the CT side. Device holds the sniper towards the mid doors with the flashbang. Hits him cleanly in the face. He'll have to fall back. This is getting awkward now. Glaive looking to swing around the corner here. If he gets a sound cue, there's a flash. This is his chance now. Can he find multiple kills? He gets a first, but it's Woxic. He replies, maintains the advantage. They still have a minute here. Device knows he has to find a pick in return. And Zipex, oh, he can get caught with the flash out. That's going to guarantee a frag. Here we go, 4 on 2. They might have done this, Alex. Out of nowhere, Mousesports somehow bring this game back, and everything pointed to their victory right now. Here we go, I think that's enough. Device, he's in towards CT spawn.
Woxic's going to get the flank, surely. This is it! Mousesports have done it! They're going to the grand finals! Tech timeouts, 3 maps, 4 hours, but they take it to Astralis here in Odense.
I can't believe it. Astralis were running away with the second half of Dust 2. It felt like it was a formality, a couple of ecos. They were just biding their time, but Mousesports crept up on them round by round.
The way you framed it, Henry, Chris J kept Mousesports alive.
He did.
He was the IV drip. They're on their deathbed, but finally a miracle. They stand to their feet, the fragging comes in from Frozen, and it's just enough to pull them across the line. A T side, that's 11 T rounds, Henry.
That's really, really well played. I don't think they can believe it. Their body language in the mid stages, their second half, it looked like they were done for.
What a roller coaster of emotions. I've seen every member on that stage from both teams in pure elation and shattered defeat.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the